Hi there, it's Kute here, sending you love wherever you are around the world. Today, after having conversations with a few of my men friends, today I want to talk a bit about how to be a real man. How to be a real man, not just any man, but a real man. We live in a culture where we are so bombarded with so much propaganda and hypnosis and programming. We're seduced with so many images of what it means to be a real man. Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man. We're told in our culture what being a man is. We're told about being a man often by men that aren't men, and the cycle of suffering continues. We're told that real men don't cry, real men aren't vulnerable, real men don't show emotion, real men are tough, real men are the Lone Ranger, the gun-slinging Lone Ranger that doesn't need anything, anyone, nothing, nobody, do it alone. Hugh Hefner, images, Clint Eastwood, cowboys, real man. That's what a real man is. So what is it to be a real man? And I think in our culture we've become confused, and rather than being real men, we have become sort of little boys running around, trying to get superficial needs met that are never ultimately met by playing with little toys. Real man. Maybe you're a woman that's dealt with a man that wasn't a real man. Maybe you're a man that deep down, because you don't feel like a real man, you have tried to compensate by having all these things outside the house, the car, the this, the that, the fame, several women, to try and feel like a real man. But I believe that a real man has nothing to do with what you have on the outside. A real man has nothing to do with the cars you own, the homes you have, your title, your job, your bank account. That is just an average man. Real man is the depth of your own connection to yourself, a depth of your own connection to the source of your own being, the depth of your own connection to who you really are. As a man, your deepest impulse is, as a masculine, your deepest impulse is freedom. We're constantly seeking freedom, you see. So I believe a real man, the average man is looking outside to try and experience some sense of freedom outside. In a drink, in his career, in something outside is going to get me freedom. In having several women, I often hear, men say, well, success is being able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want, however many times I want. And I say that's not real freedom. That can just add up to being a slave to your biology, a slave to your desires, a slave to your programming. The question is, who are you really? To truly explore what being a real man is, you must explore who am I really. And a real man is unafraid to question his identity. A real man is not afraid to look himself in the eyes and peel away and let go of who he has been told he is by his father, by his mother, by his parents. A real man is a man who has found a way to transcend himself, his limited identification with himself, and has accessed his own inner freedom within himself. And as a result of transcending himself and accessing his own inner freedom within his own self, that dimension of his being that is pure being, pure consciousness, that is eternally free. He knows that he is not just this body. He knows that he's not just this form. He knows that he is nothing out here, and that nothing out here will give him freedom. He knows that what he is essentially is freedom inside. And as he connects to that, the nature of his own being, as consciousness, unchanging, unmoving, pure, essence, primordial essence, he is free. And as a real man connects to what is real, because what is real does not change. What is unreal is constantly changing, but what is real is beyond birth, is beyond death. And that is the source of true self-confidence. That is the source of real self-confidence, because it's a confidence that's not based on anything outside, anything external. All the externals will constantly change. So if as a man, if as a human being, but if as a man you are seeking a sense of validation and confidence from what's going on out here, from the clothes, from the car, from the fame, from how your woman treats you and loves you or not, then you'll never be free. Real man is a man that is in touch with what is real. So what is real? Your hair changes, your skin changes, your hands change, your body change, your thoughts change, your feelings change. All of this is changing, but what is real? As a real man, you are in touch with what is real about you, and what is real is pure being, pure consciousness. You realize that you are freedom. And as you realize that what you are is free, it frees you up to be bold. It frees you up to then not just live in the Himalayas, I mean, if that's your highest purpose, but a real man is in touch with his deepest purpose for being on this planet, and has removed the distractions from his life, the superficial distractions and those little superficial highs that don't really lead anywhere authentic or fulfilling. He has removed those, and he is completely dedicated and committed to living his true soul's purpose in his life fully now, because he has faced death. See, a real man is not afraid of dying anymore, because he has faced death. He has faced the death of his own identity. He has looked himself in the eyes, and he has realized that this body, this mind, this persona is not who he is, and he has faced the death of that, and he has found out who he really is. And because he has faced death, you know, I think it was one of the great poets, Rumi or Hafiz, would talk about, you must die before you die. And because a real man has faced death, he is no longer afraid in the same way, afraid of rejection, afraid of what you think, afraid of, you know, what's going on out there, afraid of dying. And as a result of no longer being afraid of death, a real man is no longer afraid to live life fully. So he's in touch with his purpose, and he is committed to being used fully by life, to giving his gifts, to sharing his art and his creativity fully with life, because he knows that at any moment this body could die. He's radically committed, you see. It's as a real man opens to what's real, he is surrendered to being lived fully by the force of life. What I found in my life, that a real man is a man of integrity. He's not interested in bullshit. He's not interested in lies. He's not interested in drama. He's interested in living his dharma. A real man is a man of integrity, keeps his word. Doesn't just chant mantras and prayers in holy temples, but he is committed to living his spirituality in life, and part of that is being of integrity, keeping your word, doing what you say. A real man is also, I found in my own journey, that willingness to face the consequences of your actions. Many men, we're not willing to face the consequences of our actions. Real man is willing to take full responsibility and face the consequences of his actions and show up. A real man is a man who is not afraid to cry, is not afraid to be vulnerable, not afraid to show his feelings, and not afraid to show his tenderness. A real man is raw. A real man is real. A real man is not afraid to commit to loving fully. because he realizes that he is freedom. Nothing outside determines his freedom, and as a result, there's a deep realization for a real man that freedom is love, and love is freedom. And the greatest freedom is to actually love. So a real man is not afraid to commit to love. He's not afraid to commit in a relationship when he meets the right woman or doesn't meet the right woman. He is committed to loving so fully regardless. This is his commitment. Because he knows that when he loves, in the moment of loving and sharing his love, moment to moment to moment, he is free. He's expressing his freedom in the world. So I invite you, my brothers, to step up. I invite you, my brothers, to give your gifts to the world. I invite you, my brothers, to step up and enter the heart of your women. I invite you, my brothers, to show up and radically be fully present with your children. I invite you, my brothers, to radically and boldly share your gifts with the world, because the world needs the gifts that are burning deep in your heart. I invite you, my brothers, to love radically, because you will die. And when you die, there are no refunds. When you die, you can't go to God and say, God, can I get a refund? So the question becomes, how are you living? If this were your last moment alive, would you be ready? And if not, why not? I say live so fully that when death comes, you are so fully alive, giving everything, that there's nothing left in that moment, and you can be ready any moment. A real man follows his heart and lives his heart fully in the world. I invite you to love radically, to love boldly, to be real, to step up. We need you. If you enjoyed this video, I invite you to subscribe to my blog. You'll receive inspiration videos and some free gifts. Look forward to connecting soon. Love now.